Hello? You ready?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. This was the first meeting of Azimio Summit. Azimio is all here, except Honorable Kalonzo Musyoka, who is out of the country. He's traveling to South Sudan today. That's why he's not here. There's been a lot of speculation in the media. Azimio is splitting. Azimio is convening meetings which have not been held, and so on and so forth. That is all trash, media propaganda. So we have got a statement which is going to be read here by Honorable Eugene Wamalwa and Madam Martha Karua. Eugene.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the press. This is our statement from the Azimio Summit, and it's titled Azimio. The summit, which is the top decision-making organ of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party, has held a meeting today under the chairmanship of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. Being the first this year, the meeting focused on review of the previous year, briefing on the government of the previous year, briefing on the government's budget-making process, position on public interest litigation, and the way forward. In attendance, as you can see before you, apart from our leader, his deputy, the Honorable Martha Karua, yours truly, Honorable Mwangi Wairia, Honorable Wycliffe Oparanya, Honorable Peter Munya, Honorable Jeremiah Kioni, Honorable Nderitu Mureithi, Honorable Wajakoya, and Honorable Opio Wandayi. Absent with apology was the Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, who's currently in the Sudan for other engagements, but who spoke to our leader this morning and sent his apologies, and the meeting has gone on with his blessings, and his views have been incorporated in the resolutions that we'll be reading to you. Lengthy deliberation, the summit resolved the following. Azimio remains satisfied with its activities that were able to focus on the excesses of the Kenya Kwanza regime that has made life miserable for the greater majority of Kenyans. Steadfastness, the cost of living as a government-induced pain is understood to be a direct result of Ruto's policies and not only global environment or previous regime. So this is purely Ruto's failed, and it should not be blamed on any global environment, or Uhuru Kenyatta's regime almost 2 years later. The coalition is satisfied with the work of standing up for Kenyans and commits to continue holding the regime to account and put blame where it belongs on areas like the ever-rising taxes, the deteriorating relationship with our neighbors, the rampant corruption in government, the tribalism in public service, the deterioration of the Kenya shilling, and general deterioration of our economy. And not the people of Kenya are to blame for these misfortunes, that have ended up hurting innocent Kenyans. Azimio deeply regrets the loss of lives during the peaceful protests, continues to hold the government responsible for these needless deaths be in vain. The coalition has weathered several vigorous attempts by the Ruto administration to create disunity and splits in its ranks. Unity is an achievement the coalition will guard jealously to be able to fighting for Kenyans as one united front. Because the coalition has been front, because the coalition has been able to stand up and stand together, Kenyans have regained their voice, their courage, and are standing up to the bullies in this regime. Kenyans standing up in very remote parts of the country to tell off the government on its lies, and its insensitivity to the people. We encourage Kenyans to continue manifesting courage and call out this regime. We will stand with all Kenyans expressing such determination to take back our country. The coalition is happy, our country. The coalition is happy and proud of the performance of its members of parliament and on all critical national issues. When it has mattered, even where the members have been outnumbered, they have expressed themselves on such issues as the Finance Act 2023, and Kenyans will remember that there were 88 loyal members of Azimio who stood with them, and there were 176 who voted yes, and that is why they are suffering today. Kenyans will also Azimio legislators on the housing levy, on the deployment of the police to Haiti, and the general state of the economy. Over time, we have been vindicated. May I now invite my senior, the Honorable Martha Karua, to read the rest of the statement. Thank you very much.
The summit had a robust discussion on strengthening Azimio and its constituent parties. The coalition partners have been able to agree on fundamental strategies and we agreed that the coalition is only as strong as its constituent parties. The summit, therefore, reaffirmed its commitment to the renewal, strengthening of all the constituent parties through various activities, including members' recruitment drives, delegates' conferences, PGs, and NEC meetings. All constituent parties have committed to pursuing a course that addresses the challenges the country is going through, and that also help to advance and defend the gains of democracy. Azimio remains one and is here to stay, committed to shared values that include public participation, good governance, respect for the Constitution and rule of law, social justice, and non-discrimination. On public litigation, the summit that the cases coming up under public interest litigation address fundamental concerns in which Kenyans feel overlooked, mistreated, and ignored by a regime steeped in impunity. Some of the cases include the Jubilee Party case and the ruling by the Speaker of the National Assembly forming multiple parliamentary groups within this particular political party. This is a real threat to the foundations of our attempts to create a strong multi-party democracy. It threatens to return Kenya to a single-party era. The housing levy is a threat to livelihoods. The plan to unilaterally sell public assets without the participation of the owners, who are the people of Kenya. We will stand in solidarity with the petitioners in the public interest litigation cases on these issues. Azimio stands for the rule of law, and supports the need for an independent and professional judiciary. Subsequently, we demand that the Kenya Kwanza regime must keep its hands off the judiciary. We take note expressed by the United States government for the Ruto regime to appeal against the ruling on the deployment of police to Haiti. It is our hope this shall respect the independence of the judiciary and that foreign interests will keep off our national affairs. Azimio remains on the way forward. Azimio remains extremely disturbed by the worsening cost of living, the ever-rising, the collapsing national currency, the chaos in the education sector, the tribalism in public service, and the return of mega corruption. The summit has committed to seek other ways and means to press the regime to listen to the cries of the people. The litigation will only be one such avenue. Other ways are being worked on, whose ultimate goal is to force the regime to be sensitive to the tribute and to enable the people to take such steps as they may deem necessary, remembering that they have the residual power and sovereignty for the people to be able to rid themselves of this yoke regime. Just like the donkey spoke to Balaam in the Bible, the donkey is now telling Zakayo, enough is enough. We thank you.
Thank you very much.
Asanteni sana.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.